So we are in spring 2020, and the world was in lockdown. We are in Tunisia. Do you know what is Tunisia? Tunisia is in North Africa. It's 12 million citizens, 1,000 years history. So we were in a lockdown, and there was minister in charge of reforms and post-COVID recovery. At this period, every decision matters. Should we reopen schools? Which businesses could survive in this context? How do we protect the most vulnerable? There was, at this period, no manual. The previous speaker, the Vice Prime Minister of Italy, was saying that we need vision, we need courage, and we need dialogue to implement policies. At this period, it was difficult to have vision. We didn't have visibility. We didn't have, there was no ready-made solution. So what is left? The dialogue and the courage. So every day I had to listen. I had to listen to scientists, to unions, to business leaders, to civil society, to all citizens. Every day I had to inspire trust and to create dialogue, communicate again and again. Not with, I would say, perfect answers, but with honesty, with presence, with trustworthy, as it said before. So, at this period, I realized that governing in crisis is not just a matter of rules or budgets, but it's really about resonance. So, what is resonance? According to Hartmut Rosa, it is sociologist, German sociologist, it's the moment when something really speaks to us. It makes sense. It invites us to respond. So resonance is the opposite of alienation. What is alienation? Alienation is when in public policy, when decisions are distant, when decisions are imposed, where decisions are too technocratic. What we need really is in public policy the resonance to when policy touches people's life, when it feels shared by everyone and inspires engagement. Then think about music. Music, when we have only a note, it's just like noise. But when it reaches the ear, reaches the heart, reaches the soul, it becomes the melody. So here, when together it becomes the melody, yes. And here, at Harvard Kennedy School, researchers shared the same conclusion. It's very interesting. They studied why so many reforms fail. And the answer was because they arrive as ready-made solutions. They are designed away from citizens, from people that they are meant to serve. So what are the proposals? The proposal here is we should start with real problem. We should move step by step. We should test, adapt, learn. And most of all, we need to build together with local actors. This is what they call the PDIA approach, problem-driven iterative adaptation at Harvard researchers. And the essence of this is really the resonance. It's step-by-step, test, adapt, learn, and build together. The resonance is when these policies, it's like the improvisation of the melody, is you have to search the right rhythm and the right harmony. important issue is the policies should resonate in rooted people's reality. And this is what we called the data evidence policies. The challenge here is not to have statistics, it's not to have numbers. The challenge is to know how to listen to people's reality and how to translate it to evidence. And this is the most challenging for public policies makers. I would have a concrete examples in waste management. This time, later, I worked not as minister, but as leader of a think and do tank called Solidar. And we have collaborated with state institutions as one of the most stubborn issues in Tunisia, that was the waste management. That was a problem that has been unsolved for decades. Why? We tried lots of technical solutions and it didn't work because I think that it was solutions that were imposed and without real ownership. So we changed the methods. We brought everyone around the table. The agencies, the mayor, the business owner, civil society groups, even the waste collectors were around the table. And we applied, of course, this PDIA approach, the problem-driven iterative adaptation. So we uncovered all the real and deep causes of the problem. The taxes that didn't work, the recycling system, the limited resources. And then we tested a pilot. The pilot was on two pillars, is the selective sorting and the new pricing model. What was the result? The result is that we have multiplied the income of the collectivity by 5 at this period, and we improved the collection, the waste collection. But the most important result was, for me, the pride of the citizens, because people here didn't really follow the reform, but they really own it, and they were a part of the solution. So here the call to action is, if policies are properly conceived and if they truly resonate, then they can become a shared melody carrying each and every one of us into the future. There is here, it's not a matter, the public policy is not a matter of technology or budget, or I would say or not, but also it's about resonance. Thank you very much. Here didn't really follow the reform, but they really own it, and they were a part of the solution. So here the call to action is, if policies are properly conceived and if they truly resonate, then they can become a shared melody carrying each and every one of us into the future. There is here, it's not a matter, the public policy is not a matter of technology or budget, or I would say or not, but also it's about resonance. Thank you very much.